This, what year was this?
Well, good evening and welcome to the Planning Commission meeting for February 17th, 2022. I will now call the meeting to order. Lilac, will you please call the roll?
Good evening, Commissioners. Vic Caldwell,
Here.
Gail Hode,
Here.
Derek Hunt,
Present.
Victor Mendoza, Dan Mikalenka, Brian Olguin,
Here.
Brian Rokita, Cynthia Staley.
Here.
We do have a quorum.
Okay. So tonight's meeting is also being simulcast via TV 15, as always. And now, do we have any citizens wishing to speak only to those items not listed as a public hearing? Okay, seeing none. Our first item then is the variance request for FedEx Ground Package System, Inc.
Good evening. So this is a pretty simple variance request. FedEx is building a new facility at this location on Watkins Drive, and they have requested a variance to the sidewalk requirement only for the frontage along the US 59 frontage road. They will be building a sidewalk along Watkins in the industrial park. So generally, in these situations, we offer what are called sidewalk waivers, where the property owner signs a paper agreeing to put a sidewalk in the future if there's ever a need. This property owner had concerns about, obligating the property to a future sidewalk, and so has since requested a variance. Staff does recommend approval of this variance because there is another section of city code that if council does believe that a sidewalk is necessary, they can invoke section 2060 at that time, which we haven't done in a long time. Council is also required to invoke those waivers. And so it's always ultimately up to council. But additionally, which I didn't really get into background in the staff report on, with US 59 frontage road being a TxDOT road, chances are if we really have a high desire for a sidewalk, then that would be part of a much larger project. In its current configuration, we would not want to encourage pedestrians along a frontage road. There's not adequate lighting in this area for pedestrians, as well as the speeds on those frontage roads. Really doesn't make it conducive to pedestrian safety. And so for all of those reasons, staff does recommend approving this variance.
Okay. We'll now open for the public hearing. If you wish to speak on this item, please come forward. And citizens, remember you have a limit of 5 minutes. Okay, I see none. We will now close the public hearing. Any further discussion?
My only observation, I'm in favor of this mainly because it's not near really any residential. If it were closer to a residential neighborhood, then I might feel differently about let's look at developing the sidewalk. But because it's an industrial park, there really isn't going to be any foot traffic. And I agree with staff that having it along that road is not a safe place for people to be walking on a sidewalk
Really
or
wouldn't
not on
want
a
to
sidewalk.
encourage it.
Yeah,
I concur.
Okay, can I have a motion?
I make a motion for approval.
I'll
Motion to
second.
approve? We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Okay, there's one item on the consent agenda, which is the minutes of the January 20th, 2022 meeting. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Cindy?
So move.
Okay, second. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion passes. Okay, and monthly development report.
So as you can see, our permits are a little under from last year over year, but we're still doing quite a lot. Our MAP permits are higher and our fees collected were about equal to last year. So as you can see for our monthly development report on our site plans, we received 5. One major plat that was actually withdrawn, and you will see it at the next Planning Commission meeting, and then we had 4 minor plats. I also have a couple of announcements to make. So our vacancy on our Planning Commission has been filled. Monica Rodriguez will join us at our next planning commission. She'll be sworn in later this week, or no, tomorrow, or next week. And so she'll sit with us at the March meeting. And then we also hired a staff planner, Tyler Ward. He's from semi-local from Yoakum, an A&M graduate, and so you will also be introduced to him in March. And then lastly, we are still awaiting the, I'm blanking on the analysis of our needs assessment analysis for our UDO. And so that report will be shared with all of the stakeholders for additional input to make sure that we captured everything or there's nothing missing once we receive that report.
Can I just ask a question? Were you satisfied with the community input on your UDO, in your UDO hearings?
I do. I feel like attendance-wise, especially like community groups and maybe our builder groups were a little low, but of the participation that we received, it was very, very good input, very broad, in-depth, covered a lot of things. And so, it's a trade-off. I wish we'd had more, but of the input that we did receive, I think that it was very robust and good conversations.
Good,
Great.
thank you.
Do we have any other items from the commissioners? If not, then we are adjourned.
Thank you.
Straight to the point, simple.